I'll say point blank, you can't buy personal style, but the fashion world wants you to think you can. Let's get into it. Ah, yes, the personal style discourse is on flames on the internet these days. From the old style versus personal style comparison videos to the airport security bin curated personal style content, it seems like suddenly everyone knows their personal style or is at least trying to attain one. And what's the fastest way to attain anything that's trending? That's right, by buying it. I'll talk about this more very soon, but spoiler alert, personal style doesn't work that way. With all of this happening, I can't help but wonder if everyone's really understanding the assignment, or if some of us are simply rebranding trends, aesthetics, and other styles as personal style in order to cheat our way out of doing the hard work of attaining it. Are we really talking about a true, authentic personal style here? Or is the style that some of us have magically attained in a short amount of time simply appropriate for current trends and certain dress codes? In addition to these personal style trends, for the last couple months, I've been seeing more and more fairly misleading videos about personal style now that it's a trending topic, which is extremely ironic considering what personal style is all about. Whether it's fitting your entire personality and style into an airport security bin or finding the right staples for your personal style, I feel like we're starting to get a little bit confused about what personal style is and what it can offer us. As someone who has spent 2 decades evolving and curating my personal style, I'd like to give my 2 cents on this topic. I don't have 2 cents, but imagine there's 2 cents here. I am going to be covering everything from the reasons that cause this dilemma to how you can recognize when somebody's trying to sell you personal style and how to avoid falling into that trap. And if you're here and you just want to find your personal style, for your convenience, I have formulated an entire personal style playlist consisting of in-depth guides, etc. So make sure to watch those if you're wanting to or have already started your personal style journey. And if you don't know me, hi, my name is Jemi, and I make all sorts of fashion content, including most recently an in-depth guide on personal style. So if all of that sounds good, stick around and don't forget to subscribe because hey, I'm not trying to sell you your style. My content is free, my friends. But it does also mean I'm a broke bitch, so there's that. Before we dive in, I'll give you the briefest possible explanation of what personal style is. It is an outer layer of your identity. It's the person inside you that you want to visually portray to the outside world. It's your interests, passions, art, and your life journey. It is a part of you. I know it's intense, but that's what personal style really is. A part of your personality that you're showing to others. It's super personal and looks different to everyone, which is why you can never put a price tag on it. And you cannot flatten it into 2 or 3 words like minimalism or dark academia, because personal style is not something you can turn into profit. Or at least not if you truly grasp what it's about. If you don't, you may be being sold something that doesn't exist. You can sell minimalism, you can sell ballet core, but you cannot sell personal style. This is a win for my broke bitch. By the way, let us rejoice. Where did it all begin? I've already done an intense deep dive on the history of personal style and trends and how trends ruin personal style. So if you're interested in those details, make sure to check that video out. But to abbreviate that topic, I believe there are 2 things that have led us to where we are now. Social media and fashion trends. Before social media was really a thing, people would find their style through real-life experiences, trends portrayed on TV and magazines, pop culture and media, or by keeping close track of topics that they were interested in, such as celebrities, sports, music, film, etc. Before you could post the latest aesthetic trend online for everyone to view and judge, this was all a little bit simpler, even if not necessarily better. You had your high school cliques, you had your alternative fashion kids, and well, you didn't have somebody online screaming at you at how bad your fashion sense is. Nope, they did that on fashion shows and reality TV.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0. But that's not possible. So I give you a 1.
The more accessibility that we have to a world where we can receive and research new information within seconds, the easier it becomes for all types of corporations and companies to brainwash us into buying things we don't need or necessarily even want. With repeated exposure to these things, the media is telling us, hey, this is what you need to fill that hole in your heart, or hey, this clothing item will make you the most popular girl in school. We've gotten so used to being told how we're supposed to act, feel, and dress. And with time, we've become accustomed to giving in to our desires, whether they're real or not, because after all, your dream dress is only 1 click away. So combine the power of social media and what it has become today with the power of influencing an audience, and you have a pretty foolproof method to sell almost anything. And yes, I mean anything, even things you can't even buy. Imagine someone trying to convince you to buy something that doesn't exist as a physical object. Ironically, with pretty much anything being on sale these days, it's pretty easy to fall victim to it. The thing is, in the modern day, we're very conditioned to think that we can buy an entire style with just a few clicks. With the introduction of aesthetics and cores, the duration of trend cycles sped up drastically, and now everything is a new must-buy item that we all know will go out of style within 2 months. Perhaps with these fashion brands practically vomiting ready-to-wear trends and aesthetics on us, we've grown tired and just want to find stable ground. So let us look at why the one thing that is supposed to cure all of our fashion problems is now something that social media wants you to think you can buy online via your favorite Instagram influencer's shopping links or an app. Where does the need to buy personal style come from? Personal style becoming the next target of sales for companies, brands, and social media influencers didn't happen for no reason. It's because we as a collective started giving it more attention. Suddenly, instead of a band-aid, we want a permanent fix. After all, if someone had a sizable injury, you wouldn't give them a band-aid and call it a day, would you? No, you'd do whatever needs to be done for that injury to fully heal. In the same way, I believe we as society have grown tired of the lies and false hopes of attaining a collection of clothes we truly love via all these cores, trends, and quick-fix clothing hauls. However, many of us are also very impatient and want the quickest solution possible, even if it isn't necessarily the best one. That raises the question, who has the need to buy personal style and who or what is fulfilling that need? There are a few categories that we can point to here. Starting off, we already know the answer to the latter half of the question. It's the fashion brands, the big corporations, and retail stores that want to sell you their products. And it's the influencers and online personas that need to make money off of promoting said products. Think of it as a stream. Like a river stream, not like an online listening audio stream, like rivers. Stay with me here. The stream begins from the big corporations that create the clothes. Things that, yes, we need if we don't want to expose, sunburn, or freeze our bodies. These clothes are usually produced in the form of mass production and then spread to different brands. The stream then flows down to the fashion brands that have to price and sell these products. But they need their audience to find them. And thus the stream flows down to influencers and online personas who make sure that these products are promoted to people who will actually buy them. And then we reach the first half of the question. Who is it that needs to get a personal style ASAP? Well, in simplest terms, it could be anyone. But here are some reasons why they would want to buy their personal style rather than attain it naturally. Number 1, we want to fit in with society. Because of this, a lot of us might mistake personal style with whatever is generally approved by society, such as minimalism, capsule wardrobes, corporate styles, etc. There are certain ways of dressing that have been acceptable for the better half of the last century, such as corporate attire and formal dresses. If you're a golfer, you'd want to wear the same golfing attire as everyone else. It's all about fitting in. And if we really wanted to cheat personal style, we could just assume that we have to dress in a socially acceptable way that we also don't mind. But you see, personal style doesn't always adhere to the dress codes of society. Your personal style might actually be the polar opposite of how you dress at work. But it takes immense work to not only find your style, but to also have the confidence to wear it outdoors if it doesn't fit into any of the labeled categories society has given you to choose from. So some of us will choose the path of least resistance instead, and take any rebranded version of it as long as it means we don't stand out of the crowd. 2. A lot of us without personal styles will try to latch onto any trend that is thrown at us, and now, since personal style is the it girl of trends, of course we're going to try to latch onto it too. After all, if you suddenly now found your personal style, you're with the in crowd of the fashion side of social media. You can ride this wave until the next one comes along. It's a shame you can't though actually, because this wave doesn't actually exist. Personal style is incredibly individualistic, so unfortunately if you think wearing something that's trendy this year is your new personal style, you are heavily mistaken. 3. We're lazy. The harsh truth is that finding and curating your personal style takes a lot of work and patience. It's natural to want to take a shortcut, but unfortunately it will lead you to owning a style you'll most likely get tired of, but some of us don't have the patience or don't want to do the work. And so we look for the first thing that says, this is what you need to buy in order to get your personal style. 4. The inevitable temptation to fill a void with fashion. I could sit here all day and keep listing reasons why you may want to take this shortcut, but honestly, the reason could be anything. Whether it's a shopping addiction to avoid certain problems or wanting to feel included in the latest trend, the point is we're trying to skip several chapters we simply cannot skip. There is no shortcut to personal style, and the sooner you understand that, the sooner you can start finding yours. The difference between personal style and trendy style. There's a huge difference between trendy and personal style, with the most fundamental reason being who it's for. Trendy style is 99% of the time meant to accommodate others, to feel included, and to blend in or stand out in some cases. Personal style, on the other hand, is meant for you and only you. It doesn't care about anyone else except in the context of how you wish to be perceived by others, which I, by the way, talk about in great length in these videos, so make sure to check them out. I'm not going to elaborate on this any further as I've already done so in the past, but if you feel like you're stuck in trendy styles instead of a personal one, I recommend watching those videos to understand the situation a little better. Let's talk about the rebranding of other styles. The void has awoken. Personal style is, as I've mentioned many times by now, completely unattainable in a mass-produced format, which means that those who are selling it need to straight up lie. So we're seeing old aesthetics, trends, etc. being rebranded as personal style. Minimalism and clean girl aesthetics and put-together styles in general are the most common ones being rebranded as personal style, because they feel the safest and they consist a lot of basics which fit into a wide range of styles. Suddenly, your personal style needs to include closet essentials such as the most timeless trench coat that everybody would absolutely love to wear, and that one basic t-shirt. No Sherlock, it's a white t-shirt, but not everybody's gonna wear it for Pete's sake. Apologies to anyone called Pete, by the way. How to recognize who's selling personal style. So now that we know some of the reasons behind why we're looking for a non-existent shortcut and why it's being sold to us as if it exists, let's use that beautiful critical thinking of ours. Here's a couple things to keep in mind when you're being told online or in real life what your personal style should look like. First of all, if you're not being told from the get-go how personal style looks different for everyone, but instead you're being told what you can buy in order to achieve it, walk away. Now you can recommend clothes to someone based off of their preferences and style, but if you're telling a person who loves romantic goth fashion to get a beige trench coat to add to their closet, zip it. Are you being sold something? No, seriously, this is the easiest question to answer. Is there an affiliate link or an app with a sign-up code? Was a product quickly mentioned in passing? And is it magically available with one click and an influencer discount code? In that case, dearly beloved, you're being influenced. It's up to you if you like a recommended product, but just remember it's being recommended to you because that person most likely makes money off of it. Not saying this is the case for everything, by the way. For example, I often recommend Uniqlo pants to people because I love my Uniqlo pants. I have many Uniqlo pants and they haven't paid me a single cent to say anything. They don't tell me to recommend the products. They don't pay me for that. I just do it because I like their pants and I think they work in most settings, especially if you're bloated. Go watch that video too. That is if you bloat, of course. Otherwise, you're just going to be watching me being bloated and eating pizza, so yeah. If you're being told to buy certain wardrobe staples to develop your personal style, throw that phone away. Maybe don't actually throw it away though. I don't want to get complaints about encouraging people to join a phone throwing contest, which would be a cool contest, but don't do it. Don't try this at home. Point being, wardrobe staples look different to everyone based on what your style is like. Not everyone wants that beige trench coat. And also, it is different to recommend wardrobe staples for certain weather conditions versus for your personal style. Because let's be real, if you don't dress weather appropriately, your niece will hate you in your 50s. Don't do it, babes. A huge part of resisting the urge to shop endlessly and hope you randomly one day discover your personal style is to simply devote yourself to it and work on it. No cutting corners, no, this is my new aesthetic. Just a lot of looking into your heart, looking into your past, and understanding who you are and how you want that to show outwardly. Nothing I say in this video matters if you don't take yourself seriously. Do the work. Study up on yourself. Find out what is it that makes you you. And how are you showing that outwardly? What parts of your personality do you want to showcase? What values? What is it that makes you tick? What is it that makes you you? Look into that, my friends. Stop skipping on this homework. Do it. Because if you don't, the next trend or new obsession will take you with it, and once that wave has passed, you're left waiting for a new wave. I'd say we're done with the rough seas. It's time to find dry land that you feel like you belong in. Enough of talking in metaphors now. I just hope that if you're thinking of starting your personal style journey, you choose to dedicate yourself to it. Because trust me, it will be worth it. These are just a few questions I thought of, but I'm sure there are more you can think of. If anybody has a good technique that they use to think critically about this topic, let me know them in the comments. I love to hear your thoughts. Is personal style accessible to everyone? The short answer is yes, personal style is accessible to everyone. At different capacities and levels though, because unfortunately clothes are not free unless you have a relative to make them for you, in which case you're lucky. A lot of factors affect how comfortable we may be in pursuing or showcasing our personal styles. But factors aside, technically speaking, anyone can find and curate their personal style. The journey will just look very different for all of us based off of many reasons and circumstances. Everyone's life story is different, and so everyone will be finding their personal style in a very different way. It's not always straightforward, you might have hurdles in the way, but that shouldn't discourage you from trying to find it nonetheless. And that's today's video. Let me know your 2 cents on this discourse. It's been bugging me for a while, so I'm glad to finally have it off my chest. Oh, was it bothering you too? If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and maybe watch another video. Stay true to you, my friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.